Have I gone crazy? No. I can actually correlate more meditation with more gains. Yes, they actually come together at some point. So, yeah, we all know about like cortisol and stuff. So, let me get into when I wasn't meditating. So, when I wasn't meditating, I was 12 years old. And I'm working out, I'm trying to get gains and stuff, and I'm eating shit food, I'm not really doing the best workouts. I was 13, not 12, sorry. And I wasn't really doing like I'm probably not going to make any gains from what I was doing. And so I then started self-improvement and I started meditating. That was like my second habit on top of going to the gym. Well, not actually going to the gym, but like working out. And as soon as I started meditating, I started second guessing myself. Is this workout really going to make me gains? Am I going hard enough? And I started to rethink my decisions. And so, same with food. Is this really that healthy? Is this enough protein? And so it made me curious. It made me work harder. It was like a little tiny guy in the back of my head saying, hey, you're not working hard enough. You little shit. You're not fucking working hard enough. And, it can be annoying when you have demons in the back of your head. But sometimes we need them. When I was 13 and I was making all those shit decisions, I needed those demons in the back of my head to, smack me around a little bit. So, in a sense, it literally, maybe it's second-handedly, but it made me more gains. If you think about it, someone who isn't conscious, someone who's just, subconscious, and he's just going around and he's trying to make gains. He knows to work out and he knows to eat healthy. Is he really going to second guess what is healthy and what isn't? Because maybe that salad that he's eating isn't really that healthy. And so he's not going to be curious and he's not going to look up the downsides and the upsides. And he's not going to research. Because, he's subconscious. He's just going to be all focused on, just lift some weights and eat. But the guy who's conscious and the guy who is focused and the guy who is determined and present, who researches, who is curious about, is this really that healthy? And is this really going to make me gains? The guy who researches and the guy who, really questions everything, that guy will destroy you in every single fucking realm. Every single fucking realm. Money, business, women, time, fucking everything. And so when it comes down to fitness and it comes down to making more gains, the better your diet is, the better your training, the lower your cortisol, all these little tiny things that will come in handy. Oh, this thing increases by 10%. This thing increases by 10%. Oh, this thing increases by 10%. And the next thing you know, you've just doubled your fucking gains. I noticed going back to when I was 13 years old and trying to get into working out and all that. As soon as I started meditating, I also started researching. I got present for once, and I was for once happy. And this is where the second concept comes in. Cortisol. So, in the morning, don't get me wrong, yes, having low cortisol is very nice. We want low cortisol. In meditation, we'll delete half your fucking cortisol. But in the morning, we need high cortisol. So, when I say what I'm about to say, this doesn't apply to the morning. This applies to the last 8 hours of your day. That last half. If you do a meditation right before bed, personally, it makes me sleep so much better. I used to meditate in the morning, actually. It used to be the second or third thing I did, and I noticed it made me a little bit slower. It made me a little bit more tired throughout the day. Well, because you need your cortisol to be high in the morning. You need a cortisol spike every single morning, and we would normally get that from sunlight, from maybe if we're drinking caffeine, etc. But if you meditate in the morning and decrease that cortisol, that spike isn't going to be as big. You're not going to be as awake. You're not going to be as alert. And it's just going to screw up all your body's functions. So why fucking meditate? Don't. Just do like a cold shower instead. That will increase your cortisol, alright? Alright, so if you do a meditation before bed, it will literally make you make more muscle. Especially if you have it along with protein. Okay, let me explain. So, when you meditate before bed, you're reducing your cortisol. We need low cortisol for the second half of our day, or at least like maybe 4 or 5 hours before we sleep. Very, very important, very vital for sleeping. And we also know sleeping is very, very vital for gains, for making muscle. Did you know there was actually a study which showed that sleeping can literally flip-flop if you're using muscle or using fat as fuel? There was a study where they sleep-restricted men who were weight training and eating the right thing every single day, but they were sleep deprived. I was thinking it was like they only had 4 or 5 hours of sleep for 4 days in a row. What they found is after that 4 days, their body fat went up. They were in a calorie restriction. Their body fat went up and their muscle mass went down. Their testosterone was in the buckets. And so sleeping is super fucking important, especially REM sleep. REM sleep is the sleep that is making you gains, that is producing testosterone, that is making all that human growth hormone, which we need to make muscle. And what happens when you reduce your cortisol and meditate right before bed? All of those things skyrocket. When you reduce your cortisol by that much and you meditate before bed, you're calm, you're collective, you've just cleared your mind. And now you're going to bed. You're literally going to sleep in a more REM. You're literally going to have more REM sleep. More REM sleep, more gains, more testosterone, more growth hormone. And so, maybe it's second-handedly, but it's going to make you more gains. And then this is where protein comes in. If you eat eggs, I'm going to say specifically eggs for the testosterone and the cholesterol, but if you eat, protein before bed and then you meditate, I think it's a double whammy. Because now that your body, it's not like super all cortisoled up and it's like, it's calmed down, your body can just sit there and focus on building muscle. It has the protein to do it now. And eating protein before bed as you're about to get a bunch of REM sleep, you're putting your body in a state of bodybuilding, of anabolism. But then you're giving it even extra resources. It's gonna be like, oh shit, we can build a lot of muscle with this. We have a lot of fucking resources. Let's use it. And so that is a double whammy in and of itself. Now let me think. Is there anything else that you think meditation would help out with? I mean, yeah, it reduces your cortisol throughout your whole day, actually. Makes you more present, more happy, makes you feel better about yourself, which is going to send a nice feedback loop and make you want to go work out more. Helps with dopamine, helps with focus in the gym. I actually did notice an increase in focus in the gym, getting more reps and more sets out, questioning myself even more when I started meditating. So you see, I haven't gone crazy. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, comment cortisol. And I'll know that you made it this far. I'll know that, like, you're a real one. You've made it 10 minutes into a fucking video. Crazy, that's nice. You obviously have a very nice attention span. And you have very nice potential for gains, for self-improvement, for all of this shit. And I hope the best for you. I really hope the best for you. That's why I make these videos. Teaching my wisdom. Don't suffer from regret, but suffer from the hard work of discipline. Wow.